Hello students, good morning, and today what we are going to study is about hybrid systems, right? So what are hybrid systems? Now what we have seen in the previous lectures or what we have seen up till now, we have seen three major soft computing techniques, right? Which are artificial neural networks, fuzzy logic and genetic algorithms. Now they are very good and they are each of every one of them are good at solving one particular type of problem, right? So these fuzzy systems, right? These systems, soft computing techniques, in the sense they are used at different applications. Okay. Now still there is a need to better those systems or improve those systems. So all of these soft computing techniques might work well in some conditions, all right, and in some cases they might not give a better answer, right, or they might not perform as good as you are expecting, right? So these are the few things that we need to take care of. So what do we look at? How do we go ahead from this? There are a lot of soft computing techniques are existing. We use it for different various applications, right? Now, but what we want to use, we want to improve, we want to optimize, or we want to better all these systems, better at these things that we have, existing systems that we have, right? Conventional systems, right? These are the three conventional system or techniques that we have. So we want to do better than that. So what do? We try to combine these together, combine two or more techniques together and get the answer. So here in hybrid systems, what we are going to see, we are going to see three different types of systems, three different types of hybrid systems, right? One is a combination of artificial neural network and fuzzy logic, right? That is one combination. Second combination would be genetic and neural networks. That's another combination. Then we have the last one which is genetic and fuzzy algorithm combination. So these are the three combinations that we can have with these three conventional conventional soft computing techniques, right? So let's look at each one of them at one by one and see how do we design them, how do we go about it, how do we execute, how do we implement all these things, where can we use it, right? So all these things we are going to see over here in this particular topic of hybrid systems, right? So let's start with the first hybrid system, that is neuro-fuzzy hybrid system, right? There are different names that they give, so you can call it neuro-fuzzy or fuzzy neuro, all one and the same. So neuro-fuzzy hybrid systems, right? As you know, as a name such, right, it will have artificial neural networks and fuzzy logic. So neuro-fuzzy hybrid system is also called as, fuzzy neural hybrid, right? Fuzzy neural hybrid proposed by J.S.R. Jang, right? Now it's a combination, as I told you, it's a combination of neural networks and fuzzy logic. We are trying to tap the advantages of both these soft computing techniques and give you something wholesome that we have. So it is a learning mechanism, right? Which what it does is it tries to utilize the training and learning algorithms, right, from neural networks and to find the parameters of a fuzzy system, right? Use the training and learning algorithm from neural network to find parameters of fuzzy. So that is very key part over here, which I would like to highlight, okay? That is, you use the training and learning algorithm from neural networks and to find parameters of the fuzzy system. So it can be also defined as a fuzzy system, right? The underlying part as a fuzzy system that determines its parameters. A fuzzy system, what parameters it has? It has rule base, it has input-output variables, right? So it also be defined as fuzzy system that determines its parameters by processing the data samples by using learning algorithm derived or inspired from neural networks. Okay, that's another way of putting the same thing. So this point, we are just putting it in a slightly different way over here. It's a fuzzy system which determines the parameters by processing data samples using learning algorithm derived from or inspired by neural networks. So you have the data, right? You have the information or the data that you have and you use it to learn these algorithms, like train this, and you derive all these parameters for a system from these data or the data or information that you have, right? So actually it's a hybrid system that fuses ANN fuzzy logic by combining the learning and connection structure of neural networks. So what is the thing that we are using for ANN? From ANN we are using the connectionist structure of neural networks, right? How you interconnect all these systems, connections together and give you a system, right? So also what we are tapping from fuzzy logic, we are taking human-like reasoning style of fuzzy system, because you have a fuzzy rule-based system, right? Fuzzy input-output system that we have, right? It's all based on fuzzy rules. It's all based on how a natural person or human reasons or decides or arrives at a particular conclusion. Right? So we are trying to combine these two things, the connection structure to derive the parameters, and the parameters are basically to tell you about the fuzzy rule base, right? That's all about, how this neuro-fuzzy hybrid system works. So these systems are widely termed as called as fuzzy neural networks. You can call them FNN, that is fuzzy neural network, or also you can call as neuro-fuzzy system, right? Neuro-fuzzy system. So FS. So these are the two common abbreviations that we will also be using in this text, in the theory part, right? So the human reasoning type of whatever you have, right? Human reasoning style of fuzzy logic, right? Fuzzy logic, fuzzy if-then rules that you have is incorporated by in the RFS, that is your neuro-fuzzy system, through use of fuzzy sets and linguistic model consisting of if-then rules, right? We have seen this in fuzzy logic part, fuzzy system part. You have if-then rules, and they are quite verbose, right? They're quite verbose because we use common English language, English words to define this system, define this fuzzy if-then rules. It becomes very much clear what exactly we are trying to do, what exactly the system is looking at or working for, right? So these are the things that important parts from neural networks and fuzzy logic which you will be using to create an FS, or you can call it as a fuzzy neural network, FNN, right? So this neuro-fuzzy hybrid systems can be divided into two different research areas, and the research is very much active and they are trying to do a lot of work in this, right? So the first one is linguistic fuzzy modeling, focusing on interpretability, okay? Interpretability, that is right? So the linguistic fuzzy modeling is basically your Mamadani model. Mamadani model is nothing but your T1 fuzzy system, right? When we spoke about T1 system, it's called as Mamadani fuzzy system, right? So we have this, right? That is your linguistic fuzzy modeling, which you are trying to do. Now, if you know what happens with ANN, the ANN is that it learns, it tries to understand the patterns, it tries to learn from the data and give the results. But if you want to learn something new, if you want to get something, a little bit different or new, it takes a little bit of more amount of time, right? But in fuzzy system, what happens if you want it to work in some particular domain, or if you want to work in some particular results you want, you can easily add or remove some rules. Okay, you can easily add and remove some rules to it and change the model, right? So these are things that we are looking at, right? And also the second divided research area is that, precise fuzzy modeling focus on its accuracy. Now in the first part, we are talking about interpretability. So interpretability is in the sense, how good is your fuzzy if-then rules? If-then rule base should be very much strong. It should take care of all the possibilities. It should take care of all the scenarios that may occur in solving that particular problem, right? So we are more focused on the fuzzy if-then rules and the linguistic part. Like, okay, are we covering the whole scenario over here? But in the second case, we are focusing more on the accuracy, the output, the result that we get. The accuracy should be high. So in that case, we are actually basically talking about TSK model, that is Takagi Sugeno Kang model, where the output is basically a numerical value or a linear value, right? That is what we have. So in that, we are focusing more on the accuracy for your TSK model, that is your Takagi Sugeno Kang model or Sugeno systems, right? So these are the two different, research areas which people are working right now and trying to get a good system or a good system that will basically solve a wide range of problems, right? Now let's go to the next slide. Now let's compare your fuzzy systems with neural networks. I have already just mentioned about few of them in the previous slide, right? They have a particular few things in common, right? For systems and neural networks. Both do not require any mathematical model for a given problem. We do not create a mathematical model or underlying mathematical rules for it in the beginning, right? We don't do it. It generates a model later for you to get the results, right? So for neural network, what happens is if the problem has sufficient number of observed examples, then only it can be used. Now, what is sufficient number of observed examples? I'm just going to highlight this sufficient number of examples here. Now, this is basically your data points, okay? The information, the data points that you have, right? There should be sufficient number of data points. If you don't have sufficient number of data points, the training will not be good. The learning of the algorithm or the neural network will not be good. So you require a huge amount of data for an artificial neural network to succeed, right? That's the kind of, you can say, a little bit of drawback from neural network that we have. right? So these observations or these examples are used to train the system, train the neural network. And if they are less, then it will be a problem. Now we say these observations are used to train the black box, because the network is termed over here as artificial network, termed as black box, because we exactly have not understood, exactly we don't know how the training or the learning algorithm learning happens inside. We set all the parameters, we change all these parameters, we tune them, but where is the data getting stored, how the information is getting, how the network is, basically running, is not able, you cannot precisely tell which neurons are firing or what is happening and how you're getting the result, right? But in fuzzy if-then rule, what happens? You can exactly tell which rule has fired or which input or output value, the mapping has happened in that particular case, right? Neural network, that's why it's a very complex network, a complex structure, right? Which gives you a better result, and it has its own system of understanding things and learning, and then it gives a result. But it becomes difficult to point out what has gone from where, right? So there's no prior knowledge required for a neural network about the problem, but extracting compressible rules from a neural network structure is difficult. Now this is what I was talking about. We cannot extract a proper rules from that, right? We cannot, we have done the structure and we try to tune it, we try to make it as optimized as possible so that it will give you better results or accurate results. We try to do it, but we cannot extract some rules. Okay, these are neurons, or these are things that are firing, and this is how we get the results, right? So that is the thing about neural networks. Now, what happens in the case of fuzzy systems? We do not need to learn examples as prior knowledge. Okay, we need only learning examples. Okay, we don't train the network as such. In fuzzy system, we don't have a training part or training phase as your neural network has, right? So rather, what we have is we add linguistic rules which are required. We need to have description of the input and output must be given, right? Description is very much important, because that description basically tells you your understanding, or it tells you how system has learned the whole thing. So how system is going to work or going to function based on this. Okay, that's a beauty of your first system. Now, if the knowledge is incomplete, wrong, or contradictory, okay, knowledge in the sense here that input and information, then the fuzzy system must be. Then what you have to do is you have to tune it, okay, to give better results or very much accurate results, and your data is insufficient or it's incomplete or wrong or contradictory, then you have to tune the system accordingly to give better results. And that part of fuzzy system is actually very, very time consuming. So that's kind of a drawback of fuzzy system, because you have to, we say that it can be used at a lot of places. Yes, definitely we can use it. But if you want accurate results, for incomplete data or noisy data or wrong data or whatever it is, we will have to make sure that it is tuned properly and giving you good results, right? So below in the slide you can see a small graph, small table where you have a discussion about neural processing and fuzzy processing, how basically it does. So these are some points which I have mentioned over there. Mathematical models are not necessary for both of them, yes. And then learning can be done from scratch. Neural network, you require learning, and you have to start doing from scratch. And here a priori knowledge is needed, that is a knowledge about the system, as in how the system is going to work, what is the data that you have, that is what is required for fuzzy processing. Now for neural processing, there are different types of several learning algorithms. Obviously we have studied them in unit 1, right? Learning is not possible because learning is not actually required over here in fuzzy processing. Now neural processing, it behaves like a black box, right? We do it and we just leave it. Right? We give its input, we give the data to it, it starts learning, start the training phase, and then you have some called as a black box. And what happens in fuzzy processing? It's a simple interpretation and implementation. So you interpret, you know what are the rules, you interpret them and you will get the interpretation. Based on what is the problem that you're trying to solve, you design the if-then rules from your a priori knowledge that you have, right? So that's a difference between neural processing and fuzzy processing. Now let's go, and now basically we'll see that we combine these together and to get a better result. Now what are the characteristics? The characteristics of your neuro-fuzzy hybrid. Okay, the characteristics of neuro-fuzzy hybrid. Let's look at the structure. That's the figure below over here, right? That's architecture of a neuro-fuzzy hybrid system. Now it basically looks like a neural network, right? It looks like a neural network, but where are we adding the fuzzy part? Let's talk about that. Now, a fuzzy system based NFS, that is your neural fuzzy system, it is trained by means of data-driven learning method, right? If the training happens by the data-driven learning method. So the learning process is not there in fuzzy system, and we're going to use it, we're going to tap it from the neural network part, right? So that is derived from the neural network theory. Now this method or this heuristic method causes some local changes in fundamental fuzzy system. Okay, this neural network learning mechanism that we have, it causes some local changes in the fuzzy system that we have. So at any stage of learning process, that is before, during or after, it can be represented as the fuzzy rules. It can be represented as a set of fuzzy rules. So when you're doing the learning process using the neural network, okay, the fuzzy rules basically you can represent the whole thing as a fuzzy rule. That okay, if this is the case, I'm going to learn this, or if that is the case, I will unlearn this, or this is the way how I learn or how I do not learn a few particular things. So you can map it into fuzzy if-then rules. And now to ensure the whole semantic properties of a system, the learning is constrained. Now what is this learning is constrained? Learning is constrained means that you have some restrictions, you have some blockages or constraints, or you have limits, you have boundaries of how do you learn this particular system. Because why? There are some properties of a semantic system, right? The properties of fuzzy system, right? Which has to be not altered, which has to be kept the same, which has to be remain constant. So what we do is the learning that happens by using neural networks, right? The learning that we do, we see to that does not affect the underlying, the base of the fuzzy if-then rules, right? So that's why we say the learning over here is slightly constrained compared to your whatever normal conventional neural network techniques, right? So now the NFS, that is a neural fuzzy system, right? It approximates n-dimensional unknown function, right? And it can, now let's talk about the layers, right? We talk about layers over here. Now the NFS is given by 3-layered feed-forward neural model. Okay, here. Now this is your input layer, right? This is your input layer, this is your hidden layer, and this is your output layer, right? This is your output layer. This is your input layer, and this is your hidden layer, right? Now it can be seen that the first layer corresponds to all the input variables, and third layer, that is output variable, corresponds to all output variables. Now fuzzy sets over here are converted as connection weights. Now the weights over here on each connections are basically nothing but your fuzzy sets. So that is what I was talking about. This actually looks like a neural network, but yes, this is a fuzzy. The weights over here have a membership function. They behave like how a fuzzy set theory in fuzzy set theory we have. It behave in that particular, these weights of these connections, right? So that is your characteristics of your neuro fuzzy hybrid, that is NFS. Now let's come to classification. Okay, a classification of neuro fuzzy hybrid system. Now there are different types or different kinds of NFS, that is neuro fuzzy hybrid systems. There are two major types. This is the first one, that is a cooperative NFS, right? That is a cooperative FS, that is cooperative neural fuzzy system, and there's another one that is general neural fuzzy system, or you can say general neuro fuzzy hybrid system, right? Now in this cooperative fuzzy system, why the name cooperative? Because both of them, that is AN and fuzzy system, work independent of each other. So it's like a coexisting system. It's like two organisms are living together by helping each other. Right? They're not exactly embedded. Okay, they are not exactly embedded. Do you remember in the previous lecture what we have done? There are 3 different types of hybrid systems, right? So it's not exactly an embedded hybrid system. It is the second one, okay, or maybe the first one. We can call it as the first or second one. That we'll see when we see the structure, right? So that's why this is called as cooperative NFS, right? Here the ANN tries to learn parameters from fuzzy system, right? The ANN over here, the neural network, tries to learn the parameters from the fuzzy system. That's one way. So there are 4 different types of cooperative NFS. Okay, there are 4 different types of cooperative NFS. Now what are the 4 different types? Now let's call this as A, the first one, and the diagram for the first one is given over here. The FNN, I can call them FNN also, right? That is your fuzzy neural network, learns fuzzy set. It learns the fuzzy sets. It learns, the neural FNN learns fuzzy set from training data. From training data, it is trying to learn the fuzzy sets and then create the whole fuzzy system. So this is done by fitting membership functions with neural network. So in the artificial neural network, you have membership functions. You have membership functions, and then you try to learn the fuzzy systems out of them, right? And this is determined offline. Now what does it mean offline? That means we are not giving the live data or actual data to this, right? Or we are not trying to do the testing or learning the whole, part of implementing the system. So it is basically a training part. So that's why this is called as offline, right? Now this is followed by utilization to form a fuzzy system, FS, that is fuzzy system, by fuzzy rules which are given, and not learned. So you have the whole structure over here which tries to determine the fuzzy set using the membership functions for giving membership functions to a neural network, and you have the fuzzy rules which is given to them, and you determine how they are working, how they are going to implement the whole structure. Now this is the one type of cooperative NFS. Second NFS, it's the opposite. What you do over here is we determine the fuzzy rules. We determine the fuzzy rules from the training data. Okay, we determine the fuzzy rules from the training data. Okay, and here the network learns offline before the fuzzy system is initialized. Same way as the previous one, but the opposite is the understanding the fuzzy sets. We get the fuzzy sets from the network, right? So the rule learning happens from clustering all self-organizing maps. Now actually what is clustering self-organizing maps was actually a part of neural networks, which is not your syllabus right now. But clustering is basically you try to determine the classification. You don't know. It's like unsupervised learning method where you don't know how to group the elements. By extracting information or data from them, you yourself, what we do is we organize them. Let's say you don't know what are apple and oranges, but you just give you apples and oranges. Looking at the shape, color, structure, everything, you separate them together. That is what clustering means. And self-organizing maps also will use some heuristic or some rules. Okay, some rules like color, texture, size, shape, length, or something like that, and organize and do it. So it is basically these are the two things that it uses to get those fuzzy rules. Based on the data from the training data, the system over there will try to learn these rules from the training data, and then the neural network basically, the whole thing is done offline. Okay, fine. So these are two types. Now there are other two types of cooperative NFS that we'll see in the next slide. Now the other two types are what happens is the C part, we can say the parameters. Okay, what we learn over here is the parameters of membership function. Okay, are learned online while the fuzzy system is applied. So basically, when you're applying the fuzzy system, you are learning it on the go, right? You're learning it on the go. The membership function are learned online. Now, what is this parameter of membership function? See, the parameters of membership function might be, you can use any different types, right? Trapezoidal or Gaussian or something. So they'll require some parameters to design, tune, or shape these. So they are learned on the go by using neural networks, right? So what is initially the fuzzy rules and membership function must be defined beforehand, right? Beforehand you define the fuzzy rules and membership functions, right, over here for the fuzzy systems. And then in order to improve and guide the learning step, the error has to be. So what we do is we measure the error and give it back to the neural network, which will in turn tune this whole system. It will basically tune or make it much better, okay? So we compute the error and that is fed back to the neural network, and then what it will do? It will tune your membership function and your fuzzy if-then rules. The fuzzy if-then rules and membership functions gets tuned, and that gives a better structure. So this is another way of your cooperative NFS. And the last model, that is your D, determines the rule weights. What we determine over here is the rule weights. Okay, rule weights for all the fuzzy rules. Now, what are rule weights? Rule weights are basically not every rule in fuzzy if-then rules, not every rule has an equal weightage. All the rules have different weightage based on their importance, based on their relevance to that particular system or solving that particular problem, right? So there are different weights given to every rules in the system, right? Now those kind of systems we have called as weighted average mean fuzzy systems and other things which are there, right? Now this are talking in the terms of firing. This is when your aggregation comes part, right? The aggregation stage of fuzzy process, if you remember, right? You're aggregating the different rules. So all the rules are not given same importance or same weight, right? So that is where your fuzzy if-then rule weights come. Now these rule weights are determined using your K-NN structure. That is what I'm talking about, right? And again, to modify or tune this, we feed the error to your neural network, and neural network then again changes this and then says, okay, now I have a modified one for you to make the system much better, right? So this was about what is that? This was about classification of different types of neuro-fuzzy hybrid system. Is that okay? Now, this is what we have seen. We have seen 4 different types of cooperative NFS. Okay, the 4 different types of cooperative NFS, that is neuro fuzzy hybrid system, and that is one of the major part of your classification. The second classification of NFS or neuro fuzzy hybrid system is general NFS. Now, what is this general neuro fuzzy hybrid system? This is the structure or architecture of your general neuro fuzzy hybrid system. Okay, so general neuro fuzzy hybrid system, what does it do? Right? So the general neuro fuzzy hybrid system, it resembles neural networks. Okay, it resembles neural networks where fuzzy system is intended as a neural network of special kind. So what we do is we consider fuzzy system as a part of neural network, and we consider that network which has fuzzy system. Okay, that means a neural network, okay, which has a fuzzy system, and we consider that as a special case of a neural network itself. So the architecture of general neuro fuzzy hybrid system, right, that is general NFHS we can call it, gives an advantage because there is no communication between fuzzy system and neural network. So there is absolutely no communication between fuzzy system and neural network. What is this, right? What is this actually? When you're talking about there's no communication between fuzzy system and neural network, right? So what happens over here is the rule base of a system is assumed to be a neural network. So the rule base, fuzzy rule base, and if then rules is basically supposed to be assumed that, or we make it that it's like a neural network, right? It should be a neural network. So the fuzzy sets are regarded as weights. The fuzzy sets becomes your weights over here, and the rules, the input and out variables as neurons, right? The fuzzy if then rules, input and output variables are as neurons. So basically the whole neural network works like a complex fuzzy system, you can say, or the fuzzy system has been incorporated. So this actually is you can say it is a type of the embedded hybrid system that we have seen in the previous class, right? There are 3 types of hybrid systems that you do. So then this is the basic, you don't know where what is. And that's why we say there is no communication, because actually everything, the whole thing is together. Fuzzy system and neural network is together in this state, right? So this is your general neuro fuzzy hybrid system. It's about, that's about the theory about that, right? Now, okay, let's see something more about it. So the fuzzy knowledge is represented by neurons, right? The neurons of the neural network basically stores the information, the fuzzy if-then rules, and this overcomes major drawbacks of both underlying systems, right? It overcomes the drawbacks of both underlying systems. What are the drawbacks? What we have seen in the previous slide when you talk about comparison between neural networks and fuzzy hybrid system, fuzzy systems, right? So what are the drawbacks is the fuzzy system does not have training, there's no learning over there, the prior knowledge is required, right, all these things. And a neural system, we don't know, it's like a black box, we don't know who is firing. But now it's like, combining all the advantages of both of them together to get a beautiful system that we have, right? So the membership functions expressed as the linguistic terms of the inference rules should be formulated. Now this is very important, that has to be done with respect to your neural fuzzy hybrid system. Neural fuzzy hybrid system, right? The general NFHS, right? So that means the membership functions that we are using, that which defines the linguistic variables that we have, right? That is your, like the examples that we have seen. If the road condition is bad, okay, all those things should be defined properly. Or the road condition is bad and the driver experience is low, then the accident risk is high. So we have seen that kind of a problem, right? So these membership functions also that are used to express these linguistic terms should be formulated or devised properly. That is what we want to have for your general neuro fuzzy hybrid system. So in fuzzy system there is no formal approach. Okay, there is no formal approach that exists to define these functions. So basically in fuzzy system, what I have also told you this a lot of times, when we are talking about fuzzy logic and fuzzy systems, any shape can be used, right? You can have a Gaussian membership function, you can have a trapezoidal membership function, you can have a triangular membership function, and so on. Okay. Now this has to be done based on how you understood the system, how well you have understood the problem, in what case or what application you're going to implement this fuzzy system. Based on that, you use or design this membership function. So if you use or if you choose any one of these membership functions, right, then how do you make it better? How do you make it much more how do you make it much more accurate? Is that by understanding the problem, understanding the system properly. So after that, you'll require a few things, like you'll require some optimization of these terms. That there might be, you'll have to optimize this Gaussian curve. Maybe the Gaussian curve is too broad, right? You'll have to tune it and make it more sharper, right? So basically what I'm doing over here, the variances of this variance is more and this variance is less. This is base statistic what I'm talking about. So in trapezoid also you might do something like this. So this is one of the things that, and these things can be done, by, of the machine can be done by using neural networks, right? You can optimize or train this and get them together. And in using learning rules, the neural network must optimize the parameters fixing the distinct shape of the memory function. That is what I was just talking about, right? The neural networks can help you in parameterizing, or you're giving these memory functions, and as the good the memory functions are, that much powerful will be your fuzzy system. So the neural network will help you in doing this, right, in this general neo-fuzzy hybrid system. So this was all about NFS, that is neuro fuzzy system, and I'll just do a quick recap of what we have seen today. Now, as I told you, in the hybrid systems, what we have is that we have three major types that we can have based on three different systems. That is three different computing techniques. So the first one that we are seeing over here is neuro-fuzzy, that is neural networks and fuzzy logic combined together, and that's our first type of hybrid system that we have, and that's what you've seen in this particular lecture, right? So this is a basic introduction of in the first slide that has been given. What are two different research areas over here, right? And the second slide I spoke about comparison between, we compared how basically conventional neural network works, how a conventional fuzzy system works, and what were the advantages of both of them that we are trying to use, okay, for the betterment, to create the hybrid system. Then we talk about characteristics of neuro-fuzzy hybrids, how they are created, how the parameters are learned, how the connection weights, fuzzy sets are converted to fuzzy connection weights, and all this that is explained over here in this particular slide, right? Then we come to classification of neuro-fuzzy hybrid system. How do we classify it into different types or different parts? So the major two classifications are cooperative NFS and you have general NFS. Okay, these are two major types that we have. So in cooperative NFS, it is, I told you, it is independent of each other. Right? Both ANN and fuzzy system independent of each other, and ANN tries to learn parameters for fuzzy system. So there are four major types of cooperative NFS. And there are four different architectures you can see. In the first type, we are trying to learn the fuzzy sets from the training data. The second type, we are trying to learn the fuzzy rules from the training data. Okay, these are the two cooperative NFS. The third and fourth, what we do is we try to tune the fuzzy membership function based using ANN, right? That is what we are doing in this third part. In this fourth part, we are actually tuning the fuzzy rule weights or fuzzy weighted rules that we have in the tuning them using the neural network. So that is what we are doing over here. Okay, and after that what we saw, the last part over here, we saw the general neuro-fuzzy hybrid system or general NFHS, right? So here what happens is we have basically a type of like an embedded neural system, embedded hybrid system, wherein the whole there's no communication between a neural and system, because the whole neural network is like a fuzzy system is a part of neural network. So it is a neural network of a special type which has fuzzy system to it. So the fuzzy rule base over here is assumed to be a neural network, and the fuzzy sets are regarded as the weights, and the rules and input-output variables are as neurons. So that is what we have seen in the general neuro-fuzzy system. And the last slide over here, how do we model, how do we train, how do we optimize the parameters like membership functions. That is what we're talking about in the last slide. So this was all about in today's lecture, and today we have seen neuro-fuzzy system, that is NFS or FNM, you can call it fuzzy neural network as well. The next hybrid system, that is genetic and neural, we will see in the next lecture. So thank you and have a nice day.